On today's episode, I open some Eastwood packages. Okay, so I went ahead and cut off the straps and undid the 4 bolts that is holding the top of the box on. And I wanted to share this experience with you guys. I kind of did the same thing when I got my plasma cutter, and just thought I'd share the experience. So I got their 24-inch sheet metal brake, box and pan brake. It's got on here. It's got different sized. Not exactly sure what they're called, but you can make battery boxes. You can make trays. With a regular brake, you're limited to 2 bins, and when you are needing to make like a battery box or something, something like this where you have multiple bins. This is actually multi-piece that's been welded, but I could technically make something similar to this with just one piece of metal instead of it being because this is 3 pieces of metal. So you have this piece with all the holes in it, and it's been bent right here with a brake, and then a little bit right here with a brake to keep the battery from sliding out, and then this piece and this piece was added. So with something like this, I'm not limited to just 2 bins. I can actually do multiple bins. And I've been wanting one for a few years. Something I've wanted to tinker with and get some experience in. I may not get a ton of use out of it, but who knows? My skills may progress, and I may also be able to put it to work and make some money. So I'm going to before I do anything, I'll go through the manual, and I will make sure that I'm doing everything correctly and setting it up right. So before I even mess with it, that will be my first step. But this is one of the items I got, and all these I've got on their Eastwood's website. They were having some pretty good deals for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and then they even continued some more sales. And I'm not affiliated with Eastwood. I just like their concept. A regular guy in a regular garage, can get some tools to further his skills or further the product that you're creating, help you get further along on your project, where you don't have to send something out, or you don't have to pay somebody to do, that type of work. So I got my plasma cutter from them. I've got some stitch weld magnets from them, and so this is that. I'm gonna go ahead and move it out of the way because I got a couple other things. I did open up. I got 2 of their heavy duty work stands. They have a 750-pound weight rating on them, and I got them because Eastwood offers different things like accessories for the work stands, and one of the things that they have is they have a weld fixture table, and then they also have a plasma fixture table. So you can actually have both of them on there. You can flip one over and do all your welding, or if you need to do some cutting, you just drop the weld table, put the plasma cutting table on there, and then you can do your plasma cutting. And one of the big reasons why I'm interested in doing something like that is because I have this big table. I love it. It's great. It's got a 4,400-pound lifting. This will drop down. It's got a pneumatic bag. and it'll drop down to about 8 inches off the ground. And that allows, you know, I've had motorcycles on here, I've had scooters on here, truck beds on here, but it just takes up a lot of room. And as you can see, you know, my garage is not the most organized, so, but we'll see. That's just to kind of fill you in on why I got these. I have multiple sawhorses, and I have the sawhorses that collapse, and I've got, you know, low profile aluminum sawhorses. But I see this being beneficial for me as far as saving space, because I can fold these up and put them up against the wall. So I'll stop jabbering. But I got 2 of those. They were, man, I want to say like $15 each. I don't want to lie, but it was definitely under $20 for each pair. I also have a stack of receipts. Now that I'm getting close to the end, on Project Buzz Cut, it's time to start adding receipts. I thought I had most of the stuff, but it looks like I ordered a whole bunch of stuff, and I did order some stuff for like in bulk, like zip ties and grommets, and you know, just little things that you need to make the job look that much more professional and make it look better. So I have a bunch of extra stuff, you know, like miniature switches and airline and fittings and stuff like that. So I can't apply the whole invoice to Project Buzz Cut, but I'll figure out how to figure out, you know, how much of that invoice actually went towards Buzz Cut. So I have to work on that as well, because Buzz Cut is getting close to completion, and I'm pretty excited. I'm going to slide this down a little bit. And I cut the top off of this, and I was like, ooh, I better slow my roll, because I'm sure by me not sharing the experience with you guys, it wouldn't be fair. So I don't know if you can see the side of the box right now, but I got a shrinker stretcher pair. I did not get their mounting plate. It was $35, and you know, after looking at it, I was thinking I could probably just make that myself, so, and save $35, because I have tons of scrap material, and I've got drills and nuts and bolts and stuff like that. So right in the very top, we got some levers. And if you're not familiar with what a shrinker stretcher is, they really have a lot of uses. Shrinker stretcher and the brake will actually come hand in hand, because I can now make a door channel or a window channel. So you put a piece of metal in, you bend, you put your bend in it however you want to do, and then if you shrink the metal, so say, let's see if I can do this real quick. So it's not a great bend, but so say I had a run of this and I ran the shrinker right here. So what it will do is it would actually curve it where this end and this end would come closer together. So you can make like window channels, you can make door channels. I've also seen people use them to help smooth out like the top of a gas tank, stuff like that. I know I don't have the skills or the know-how, excuse me, but it's something that I have been watching a ton of videos on for probably like the last 2 or 3 years. And it's just something I really want to get my hands into. I really want to do some metal fabrication. I really want to learn how that process is. I have appreciation for the skill and what it takes to do that. And I kind of want to get in on it and see what it's about. But yeah, it's a shrinker stretcher. So, and I can't tell you which one's which. These are heavy. These got some weight. But nice, I presume it's a powder coat finish, and the jaws look good. So this is, it's actually labeled. So I don't know if you can see that. It says shrinker. So this one's the shrinker, and you know, you got a lever here. Now it's not a deep jaw, so I will be limited on what I can use it for. But you literally just like that. I'm kind of curious if see if I can attempt to do that piece I bent. In this gauge, it might actually be too thick. Can't remember what thickness range this works in, but I know that this is 16 gauge. And it just kind of goes back. I bought this probably 2 years ago. I bought a few sheets of 16 gauge, and I did not realize the difference between 16 and 18 gauge. 18 gauge, I could have bent that, you know, sitting here. This 16 gauge is a lot harder to bend, so I would imagine that this will not bend 16 gauge. So nice lever. I am going to look into making a pedestal and making my own foot operation. So I've kind of trolled some websites that sell those. And I think a foot operation will be a lot better because you'll be able to hold the piece. So that's something that I plan on doing later. So one's blue, one's yellow. I guess that's their color. Blue and yellow, mostly blue. But yeah, I mean, they look to be really nice quality. Everything's oiled up real good. And this says stretcher. So when you stretch something, I'm thinking the 2 points move further apart from each other. So I really look forward to doing something with these. And then I did wait to open this one. I don't know if you can see the box, but this is a 4-inch throatless shear. You know, I have, get a razor blade. I have a 2-year-old, she'll be 3 in March. And, you know, there's some nights I want to be out here later. And it's kind of hard to do that, especially like when I need to cut, you know, a piece of sheet metal. And this actually has, you know, you can adjust the jaws on this, and you can change, you know, the thickness of the material you're cutting. I would assume that it would cut the 16 gauge. I can't remember. I watched a video on Eastwood's website, and they were showing how to adjust the jaws. So here's the paperwork, and I like that their instructions and stuff come in a sealable Ziploc bag. I do a lot of cutting and grinding and just a lot of metal dust everywhere, and that stuff gets everywhere. So by putting it in something like this, I'm not worried about leaving it on top of my toolbox and then it getting covered with dirt and stuff. It will stay clean. You know, the bag will be dirty, but I can pull that out. So just my 2 cents. This is blue as well. this is it. So it's got adjusting screws right here. They do sell replacement jaws, I think is what the technical term. But what's pretty neat, and I'm hoping that I'm not too far away, but it actually has like a tooth drive system. And you know, just doing this right here, it feels really smooth. And I'm excited about this one. It'll make cutting sheet metal, especially later on, a lot easier, or just in general. So put it in here, and they said I could probably cut, you could cut a 4x, what is it, 4x5 sheet. I think that's how they come when you buy the sheet metal. You can buy the whole sheet. You can cut one of those in half. You know, of course you would need hands to help you do that, but you could cut one of those in half. So I'm excited about this, and it also has a safety pin to keep it from, you know, coming down. Like say someone leans on it and comes down, chops their finger off or something. But yeah, so that's what I got. A few tools that I could use. A few tools that I want to learn how to use, and then you know, just some stands to, you know, help me be better at what I do. So I don't really have a lot to say. I could try to do a review video. Let me know what you think. If you follow me on Instagram, awesome. Hit follow, subscribe on here, like the video. And that's it.